Hi guys, in this lesson we are going to talk about databases, which are a widely used method for storing data. To work with databases effectively, you need to know SQL, the language used to manage and manipulate them. That's why in this lesson we'll also write a bit of SQL to get some hands-on experience. So let's get started. First of all, we have to create the database. So con equal SQLite tree dot connect parentheses quotation marks contacts dot db. You have also to close the connection. So con dot close parentheses, and let's run it. And as you can see, there is a new file in the Explorer, which is the database, which is empty. So now let's create a table inside of this database. Cursor equal con dot cursor parentheses. Let's close also this. Cursor dot close parentheses. And now let's call the function to make the table. Make contacts table, parentheses, cursor, comma, con. And then we have to write the query using SQL inside these three quotation marks. Create table if not exist contacts parentheses. We are using capital letters because they are commonly used to indicate SQL keywords. ID, integer, primary key, auto increment, comma, new line, name, text, comma, new line, phone, text, comma, new line, email, text, comma, new line, address, text, comma, new line, created at, date time, default, current underscore timestamp, comma, new line, active, integer, default, 1. And let's run it. And let's check the database. And as you can see, we have tables. In particular, we have our table, which is contacts, with all the columns we just created. Now let's try to use the CRUD methods to manipulate this table. So create underscore contact, parentheses, cursor, comma, con, comma, quotation marks, red, comma, quotation marks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, comma, quotation marks, red at mail.com, comma, quotation marks, London. Let's create also another record. Create underscore contact, parentheses, cursor, comma, con, comma, quotation marks, t, comma, choo-choo, 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 comma, quotation marks, t at mail.com, comma, quotation marks, Paris. And now let's create the query for create new contacts. Insert into contacts, parentheses, name, comma, phone, comma, email, comma, address, comma, active. New line. Values, parentheses, question mark, comma, question mark, comma, question mark, comma, question mark, comma, question mark. All these question marks will be replaced with what's inside this tuple, parentheses, name, comma, phone, comma, email, comma, address, comma, active. And so let's try to run the program. And let's check the database. And as you can see, 2 records has been added, which are what we expect. Also the active, okay, that's everything. So let's try to read what's inside the database using another query. Select asterisk new line from contacts. Let's call this function. For C in read contacts, parentheses, cursor, column, new line, print, parentheses, C. And let's run it. And as you can see, we printed 4 records because running again the program added another 2 records, which are almost the same except for the ID and the timestamp. So now let's call another road method, which is the update contact, parentheses, cursor, comma, con, comma, then the ID we want to change, 3, comma, quotation marks, Bob, comma, quotation marks, 333333, comma, quotation marks, bob@mail.com, comma, quotation marks, Berlin, comma, 1. Let's create the query to update the ID equal 3 of the table. New line, update, contacts, new line, set, name equal question marks, comma, phone equal question mark, comma, email equal question mark, comma, address equal question mark, comma, active equal question mark, new line, where ID equal quotation mark. So the ID has to be placed at the end of the tuple because the question marks are replaced in order. So the first has to be name, comma, phone, comma, email, comma, address, comma, active, comma, ID. So in this way it should work. So let's run the program again. And as you can see, the third record has turned into Bob. So now let's try to delete a contact. Let's create the query, delete from contacts, where ID equal question mark. Parenthesis, ID, comma. Now let's go to the function. New line, delete contact, parenthesis, cursor, comma, con, comma, 1. So we are going to remove the first record. Let's run again the program. Let's check if the 1 is missing. As you can see, we removed the first record, which is the record with the ID equals to 1. Now let's recap. Lesson 26 database. Learn how to use SQLite 3 in order to create a database, a table using SQL. So for this lesson it's enough. Thanks for watching and see you in the next lesson.